Giveaway project number 2. Let's make a messenger bag. Shout out to diaryofaquilter.com and Amy Smart for the pattern. For marking up this, I'm going to use a new heat erasable pen. These make things really easy. I'm so glad I discovered these. So let's get to it. First pattern piece is going to be the outside. It's going to be 14 wide by 42 long. And then we're going to do a lining piece that I'm going to make out of this. That's going to be 14 wide and 41 long. Let's cut a couple out. Just sort of hoping I'm getting this straight. Maybe should have cut off the wavy edge here. This one was a little bit strange because I realized that the cut from the shop where I got this from, I mean, it's pretty accurate, but it wasn't exactly square. I don't have a pattern that I'm following to lay it onto the fabric. So what I had to do was take this quilting ruler and essentially make my own measurements, but take it off of the edge by just a little bit, and that allowed me to get it pretty square, I think. So hopefully when I cut it out it works, but I guess we'll see. I think I got it, I measured a few times, so hopefully it works, but such a learning experience always, so we'll see. All right, piece number 1. These are easily the biggest pieces of fabric I've ever worked with, so kind of exciting. And now I'm going to cut the liner out of this material, and it's got to be 1 inch shorter than the exterior piece. So I'm hoping to just lay this out on here and sort of use it like a pattern, so I don't have to go through making sure everything's square again. And then we'll have matching pieces, and I'll just cut it 1 inch shorter. All right, let's cut it. Part of my rotary cutter seems to be skipping or something. Not really sure what the deal is with that. Might be going dull on me. It's really annoying. Wow, that's really annoying. Okay, maybe part of the blade is dull. All right, now I got to take 1 inch off what's going to be the lining because it's supposed to be 41. I've also cut out a 9 by 20 pocket. So I'm going to match that fabric to the lining. I've also cut out 2 fabric strips for the straps. All right, we've got all our pieces cut out, and I've got right sides together with my liner and with my exterior. And now I'm going to round off the corners just using a plate, and we'll see how they come out. Got the bottom of our bag lined out here and round it off. I have a pocket cut out, and it's folded, and I'm going to sew along 3 sides from here up to here, and then over here, and then down to about right here to leave this open so I can turn it right side out. I'm going to be using a navy thread, so I got to open my coffee storage box here. Get my navy thread. There's my bobbin. Let's get to it. Pocket turned out nicely. Top stitched along the folded edge, and now I'm going to place it 15 inches from the bottom of the rounded edge here, centered, and then I'm going to top stitch around these 3 sides, and then we'll have it attached to the interior. My first ever pocket. It looks good. I think it's good. I think it could hold something. Woo! Aha! Yeah. Yeah. All right, we got our pocket on our lining, and now we're going to put right sides together, clip them up, and then stitch all the way around with a 1/4 inch seam. And then we'll be able to turn it because this up here will still be left open. So I'm going to clip them together, sew it up. It'll definitely be the longest continuous stitch I've ever done. So very excited. Hope it works out. Woo. This seam is going to be about 90 inches long, which is easily the longest one I've ever stitched. So I'm pretty excited, but I'm also pretty nervous too. All right. Don't freak out. Just a curve. Everything's fine. Normal, normal, normal. Not normal anymore. Wonder if this is how Icarus felt when he was rising toward the sun. I sure hope I'm his dad and not him. Daedalus, empower me. Reminds me of the last line from Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man by James Joyce. Old Artificer. Let's see how it looks. Longest seam ever, 90 inches. Feel pretty good about it. You know, they said I couldn't do it, but here I am. I just want to thank my parents and my brother and sister who've always stood behind me. And to all the people who said that I could never sew a seam over 80 inches long, well, suck it. Now we're going to, I've folded this top part, this extra over twice, and then ironed it down to get a good press. And now I'm going to top stitch all along this side, back up, and around this side. All right, I folded the exterior of the bag up on itself about 15 inches, which leaves about 10 inches or a little bit more for this flap here. So we're going to sew from the fold all the way up, around, and back down the other side, all the way to the fold. And then we're going to turn it right side out, and we should be doing good. Then we got to do the straps, and we're pretty close. Let's get to it. All right, we stitched all the way around, up here, across, all the way down. Mic's on. Let's turn it out and see what it looks like. Okay. So, at the exterior, the interior, it's even got a flap. Man, this thing's really starting to come together. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm pretty stoked. This is so much fun. I mean, this has been a challenging project, but I also feel like it's going well. So maybe it's just gonna go well. Right side's facing, about to give him an iron, and then sew 1/4 inch seam allowance on both sides, and I'm going to leave the ends open so that we can pull it right side out. Strap turned right side out, got our ends folded under, and then the whole thing's top stitched. Looking good. Now let's see if we can get it attached to the bag. This part's a little bit tricky, or it is for me, so I just want to show you exactly what I'm doing here. Got the bag laid out. Here's the front flap. Front flap open, and then taking the strap here, I'm going to fold it in half and then do a little finger crease just like that, and that's going to give me the center of the strap. I'm going to open up the bag, make sure I can show this to you, and find this inside seam here, right there, and about 3 inches down from the front I'm going to pin the center of the strap here onto this seam. It's just going to go right there just like that. I'm going to pin it, and then I'm going to sew it. So it's pinned in place, and like I said, that center line that I just found by folding the strap in half, it is directly on the inside seam here. And now I'm just going to sew a rectangle to attach it, and hopefully it's sturdy. If you are following along at home making this with me, this was definitely the most difficult part of the whole build because there's just a lot of material and it doesn't fit as well into the machine, but you know, you got to keep it straight. There's a lot of stuff that can bunch up, but as you can see, I think it turned out all right. I added a couple more stitches in, a couple more back stitches just to sort of secure the strap a little more because yeah, it's going to get a lot of use, but I think it looks okay. As ever, I will wait for the lucky winner of this bag to let me know what they think. Maybe they see something that I don't. But yeah, we got both straps attached. So I think it's looking pretty good. All right, so here we go. We got our completed bag. Straps are on. Pocket inside. Let's see if I can show it to you. There it is. Pocket turned out good. Pretty big. Now let's load this thing up, give it a test run. Got to make sure to grab everything on the way out the door. Got to get your book. Make sure you get your water bottle. And you may want a candle holder just to wherever you're going, who knows. And let's see how it rides. I gotta say, it feels good. Flap works. Straps seem to be secure. Pretty excited about this. And I am stoked for this build. Wow. This one actually went all right. Um, they've all turned out okay in the end, but this one was a little less flawed along the way. It's a simple pattern, and I think that had a lot to do with it. But I feel like I am learning a little bit, which is really cool. So really stoked to have this done, and stoked to give it out soon. So this is just giveaway project number 2. So there's going to be a lot more in the future. Thanks for sticking around. If you got any questions about the pattern or any of the construction of it, send me a comment, and also check out the pattern that I'll link. So thanks again, and we'll see you next time.